Hey gang. Well, everybody loves to learn licks, and I do too. And one of the things that all the lick books tell you is when you learn a lick, learn it in different positions and then learn it in different keys. One thing they don't tell you is that you can make the lick very versatile if you try the same lick in different genres of music. So for example, if you learned it as a rock lick, try learning it as a blues lick, right? Try putting on a blues backing track and try that. Or if you learned it as a blues shuffle lick, try learning it as a slow blues, blues ballad sort of lick, okay? And try doing that. Anyway, we're going to do exactly that technique in what comes up in the video in just a moment. I want to give credit to Greg Koch, and yes, I'm pretty sure that's how he pronounces his name. Sorry for the grief he must have taken in grade school. He turned out all right, turned into one hell of a guitar player, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm going to put a link to a book in the description as well where he does this with a lot of licks. And so this is kind of taken a little bit from that. In any event, we're going to do some examples. Hey, as always, if you like this, click the like button. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for, well, lately it's been a couple of these every week. All right, we'll see you in just a minute. Okay, gang, let's start out by learning the lick itself. I should say that you can download the tab from the link in the description below. Might make your life a little bit easier. Okay, so the lick itself, we're going to start out in rock. And let's just get a listen to the vamp. Oh, all these licks are going to be in C, so the basic lick is in C. It's over a C chord, so it's going to be a C vamp, okay? So here it is. Here's the rock vamp. Sounds kind of Steve Miller-ish, I think. Okay, so here we go. Let's learn the lick. Here's the lick first. Again. Okay, so it's a pretty fast arpeggiated lick, and in fact I'm going to turn down the distortion. And basically let's learn that basic lick and then we can learn to adapt it, okay? Remember that the basic lick is going to be in the tab, so that might help you. Okay, so the basic lick, we're going to start out here at the 8th fret, first 2 strings, and we're going to just double stop across that, bar across it. All right? And what we're going to do is we're going to play 10 on the first string, 10, pull off to 8, and then on the second string, 10, pull off to 8. All right, so it's just this. All right, the second time around, we're going to play 12, pull off to 8, and then 10, pull off to 8. All right, so just like that. And we're going to repeat that 3 times and then just end down that C. Slowly. Okay, and up to speed, it's kind of a pretty cool lick. All right, so that's how it works in rock. Let's hear it again up to speed. What the heck? Okay, so the technique advertised is let's look at a different feel. In this case, we're going to go to blues. And so let me get everything set up for blues. I'm going to take the distortion off. Okay, so I've got everything set up for the blues. And first thing that we might want to do is just try the lick verbatim. But first, let's listen to what we're playing. Okay, just kind of a regular old blues shuffle. Okay, so first thing we're just going to try the lick itself and see how that works. Well, it works, sort of. But I think what we're running into is that rock and roll is basically usually has a straight 4 feel to it, and blues always has a syncopated feel to it, as does jazz. So when we go to blues or jazz, we're probably going to have to try triplets or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a pull-off, okay? So I hammer on and pull-off. Something like that, okay? Let's see how that works. Much better. So just by adapting it to that, getting in the groove a little bit better, it helps you get in that pocket. Anyway, just playing it and letting yourself get in the groove helps you find basically the same lick, but just to alter it a little bit, and it's going to work in that new genre. So the key to all this, and it's really just a magic trick. It's not anything genius or anything like that. It's just a magic trick. Put a backing track on or put a vamp on and just play over it. And you'll eventually figure out stuff that sounds a little bit better, or it's the same lick adapted. It's really as simple as that. Just give it a whirl, okay? So just put it on there and let it go. And you can also use that. That's a nice lick that kind of uses almost the basis of a whole solo. We'll explore that in the jazz version, which is actually coming right up. So let me get everything set up for jazz. Okay, I've got everything set up for jazz. I've got my guitar dialed down a little bit. I mean, this is not the greatest blues or jazz guitar, obviously. This is a rock guitar. Maybe even metal. Anyway, whatever. So let's give a listen to the vamp first, and then let's see if we can make one of these work. Okay, sort of a standard vamp over a C chord, C major 7th chord there. Okay, so we could try the rock one. Let's give that a shot. Our guess is that it's not going to work so well, but let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works. Here we go. You know, not too terrible. If you wanted to play a little bit out of the pocket, which is a nice technique once in a while, that would actually work. So that lick can actually work. Let's try to make it maybe be a little bit more in a pocket. Let's try the blues lick that we did. That might even work. Here we go. I don't know. It sort of worked. You know, I could make it work, but didn't really fit the music so well. The one that we're going to try and the one that I tabbed up is a triplet version. Okay, so let's try that. And all right. Okay, that actually works really well. And it's a little bit boring to just play that over and over, but over a single chord it would work well. Having said that, you can actually make it work and put it into a whole solo using that theme. Let's just have a little fun with it, show you how. So just basically using that as a theme and then altering a little bit about what you do, right? Changing maybe a little bit, a couple of the end notes and so forth to see if we can make an actual solo out of it. Here we go, one lick solo again. Okay, not the greatest jazz solo, I admit that. But anyway, it's kind of neat. You can use that as a theme or a riff or whatever, and it works pretty well. Let's tackle one more genre, and this one is country. Probably the most challenging for me because I am not a country player, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to change it over. Okay, I've got the backing track on, and I've got my guitar with a little more twang on it. And let's just see. Now, let's just give a guess here. My guess is that if we tried the jazz triplets one, it's not going to work at all. And if we try the blues shuffle one, it's not going to work so well. But if we play the rock one, it's going to work. Why? Well, because rock is more of a straight four, so is country is often played in straight fours, and that's what this lick is. So, or that's what this riff is. So anyway, let's give a listen to the riff first and see how that goes. Okay, we're going to try the rock lick. That works really well. Let's try the jazz lick just to make sure that it doesn't work. Yeah, not really. Not really. But the rock lick works pretty well. Let's see if we can countrify it a little bit, okay? So one thing I'm going to do to countrify it is maybe chicken pick a little bit, maybe palm mute. Let's try that. Here we go. Okay, well, we got a little bit carried away there, but that worked, and that wasn't too bad. Let's see if we can countrify it just a little bit more, pull out everything I know here. Here we go. Well, now that's not too bad. I would be happy to play that as a country lick. So anyway, hopefully that you get the picture here. That the key thing is just to kind of put it, if you can, put it on a backing track. If you have a looper pedal, that's ideal, and put it on there and see if you can adapt the lick into the different genres. You can even pick the same genre, as we said in the opening. You can pick the same genre, but just do a different version. So if you learn the lick as a slow blues, try it as a Texas shuffle. If you learned it as a sort of a soft rock ballad, try learning it as a Chuck Berry style rock and roll song. All right. Well, gang, there you have it. We learned a lick in rock, and then we applied it to blues, jazz, and country. So it's almost as if we learned one lick, but we really got four. And as you see, you can even change a single lick into an entire solo. So the trick with all of these, just to reiterate, is to do it, right? To actually go through the motions of doing it. Your brain will figure out the beat and will figure out how to make that lick fit into the beat and get into the pocket. If you're tuned into that rhythm, you're going to get it. All right, until next time, we'll see you on down the road.